Hey, what's up everyone? So welcome back to another video, and today I'm gonna show you GTA 5 on my setup, and I play on Ultra. As you can see, I passed the video memory of my card. I don't know how that works, but yeah, it works. And I'm playing on 75 Hz, which on this game, I mean, you can play on 60 Hz because not so many times you pass the 60 Hz. It's not like CSGO, where you need a monitor with more hertz because you're playing more than 100 or 200 FPS. And this game, I mean, it plays quite smooth. I will say quite smooth for a CPU from 2012. And the graphic card, the graphic card is okay. I mean, it's good for a 2 gigabytes video card. As you can see, I passed the 2000 megabytes, but it works. And the only time that I see that I get drops, as you can see, for example, now 45 FPS, 43 maximum. It's only when you're driving. Only when driving the FPS goes like 43 or 45, but normally when you're not driving, then the FPS stays pretty normal at like 50 something, 60. Yes, now we will go like more than 60 because I mean there's not so much things to render. But yeah, I mean, this game is playable at 30 FPS because it's I think Xbox 360 it plays the game at 30 FPS, and the game this kind of game is playable at 30 FPS. But any other games, for example CSGO, it's not playable at 30 FPS at all, or Call of Duty or that kind of games. But this game is playable at 30 FPS, and more than 40, then you're good to go. Of course, if you get 60, then it's perfect. But yeah, when you're driving, I try to show you that most of cases driving it drops more. I'm gonna try to do a mission here, just not be too much boring video. And I saw people showing you so many tests or benchmarks of GTA 5 of this game with this video card. I'm not sure if it was the same CPU. I think it was with an Intel CPU. Yeah, if you have an Intel CPU, then I'm pretty sure you will not go lower than 50 FPS with an Intel CPU, because the game doesn't use so much of CPU, uses a little, but how it doesn't use so much, it doesn't, use so much of this AMD 8350, so it drops a little. But if you have an Intel, then you should be very good at 50 FPS. And even with this AMD, you're pretty good. The game is pretty smooth. So like I was saying, I saw quite a few benchmarks of this game with this video card. Maybe it wasn't the same I have, the evga, but I mean it's kind of the same video card, a GTX 960, 2 gigabytes or even 4 gigabytes, and some of them they have actually quite a few many views, but they show you like the stage where where you start the game, you are in that bank, and there in that bank, yes, I have also the FPS is also like 90 FPS. It's very high on that bank because there's not so many things to render. As you will see here also, when I will go in this house, when I'm in house, the FPS goes much higher because there's not so many things to render. When you're in city, yes, there's so many stuffs to render that you will get lower FPS. As you can see here in this backyard, I have like 78 FPS, and those benchmarks that I saw in the bank, they are quite not a real benchmark, because like I said, in interior you don't have so much drops. As you can see here, it stays pretty much at 80 FPS. But a real test is when you're in city driving, because driving it requires the GPU or CPU to render faster. So That's why I get more drops when driving, because it needs to render more faster. I know what's this mission, but I was just going to do a swim. I played this game when it came out, but I didn't finish it, and then I reinstalled my Windows many times, and then this game, the game log got lost, so I didn't play it again. And I actually forgot how I get inside this house. I was trying to check carefully if there is something in this door, but yeah, I mean, you need to go through the window inside the house, and you'll see inside the house the FPS will also be pretty high. As you can see here in this backyard or whatever, the FPS doesn't go lower than 60. It's like now 60, but say 70, 80. Let's see how what's the FPS when you go inside the house. But yeah, this game, like I said, it plays very smooth, and you should be fine with this setup. And even if you have an Intel CPU like an i5, you see here, and 100 FPS, because there's not so many things to render. This bitch is playing. What game is that? I don't think this game is a real game, or it is a real game. And here I was checking. I was trying to go check her ass, but I got spotted. So let's try it again. But like I was saying, if you have an Intel CPU like an i5 4690 or 90K, then that CPU, it's like the best CPU for 2015. I mean, the best with what's the price of the CPU and what you get inside the games. So it's kind of like very stable. It's not like an i7, of course it will be the best, but it's more expensive. But I'm talking here like money and what you get per performance. And that i5, it was the best from 2015. I wanted to get that CPU, but it was all about the money, so I got this AMD, and I'm fine with it. I play all the game on ultra or some on high without problems. Yes, you get here and there some drops, but yeah, who cares? I mean, yeah, if you care about 2 FPS or 3, 4, 5, 10 FPS, then yeah, then everyone is different. But I mean, it's all about money when you build a PC. So I bought this, I built this PC with not so much money. I spent like 600 or 700 euros maximum without the monitor. But the monitor is also shit, so but like I was saying, if you have an Intel, then you should be pretty fine. Even with this AMD, you're pretty fine. Only then if you have lower than 50, like you see now driving, it stays pretty much all the time like 45, 40, rarely goes lower than 40. But yeah, this mission actually is quite fun, quite nice. He has a gun, but when you go in interior the shop, he fights the boss. I mean the boss of the shop. What's the point if he has a gun, but then he fights the other guy? But mission, what you can do about missions? Let me know, guys, on the comments if you have, for example, or if you played this game with this GPU or maybe other GPU but with the same CPU, or same CPU and another GPU, and what was your performance on this game with your setup. I would love to know that. And yeah, I mean, like I said at the beginning, for a CPU from 2012, it does a pretty good job, even though this game doesn't require so much of CPU, but still, like, it requires like 25, maximum 30% of the CPU, and the rest is full GPU. But still, 20%, 30%, it's still a quite good amount, because I saw the same GPU but with an Intel CPU, and when he was driving he wasn't going lower than 50, which I'm going lower than 50, like 45, 40 maximum, which if someone will say that CPU doesn't matter in this game, yeah, it matters, but not so much as the GPU, because the GPU is the #1 factor in this game. But yeah, here punch this bitch. And actually this kind of what happened here in the game, actually this happens in real life sometimes, because I mean, you buy a car, you don't pay for it, or you come late with the payment. It depends where you buy a car, but if you buy it officially, like let's say officially, then yeah, you will get like an announcement that, oh, you didn't pay, you must pay again, but it's not like this. You didn't pay straight and they go to rob your car. But yeah, if you buy from a small shops, or how you buy, how you buy, then it might happen like this. Who knows? But yeah, he robbed the son of this guy car, then I robbed his car now, even though that doesn't matter on the missions. But yeah, and actually I saw this question mark on this map, and it's like with aliens, it's something different. I want to just show you GTA 5, but shooting some aliens, a bit different. This guy wants to legalize marijuana, or maybe not marijuana, maybe some weed. Has their legalized weed or some whatever it's there. I just skipped that part. Yeah, I don't like that kind of intros. I think it's boring, and for you guys, I think it also will be boring. Even this mission, it's kind of a bit too long, a bit boring. But yeah, I mean, just to so you guys see different occasions on the game, different FPS, not like other benchmarks or other video tests that they do only on interior of houses, or in the bank, or where the FPS is much higher. Because a real test, like I said, a real test is where you are in city, you are driving, or you are shooting someone. That's where the game will require more and more of your GPU and your CPU. But yeah, I mean, like I said, the game plays very smooth. I didn't like have stutters even when the game dropped lower than 50, like 45, 40. you don't feel it on the game, because the game plays okay at 30 FPS. But if you have 60, then you're very good to play it. If you have more than 60, then it's very nice. But yeah, it's depends of the game. But all the games that they are open world, they have lower FPS than normal other games. But this one, how is open world, actually it does a pretty good job compared to, for example, Arma 3 or any other game that is open world. Any game that is open world has very low FPS, but this one actually has pretty good FPS. It's pretty nice, optimized, and pretty nice balanced to GTA 5 actually, compared to GTA 4. Damn, GTA 4 was so bad optimized. And yeah, you want to legalize marijuana or weed, I'm fucking out. So yeah, well, that's it guys. Thank you guys for watching, and let me know your thoughts in the comments. Bad or worse to the game, and in my opinion you should use high, because the Windows will put the game as a high priority, and not too low, because I saw people put too low instead of high.